did the temperature check, and they give us hand sanitizer when we arrive. When we arrive, yes, everything. So when we arrive, all the freedom fighters, Marcus Garvey, Norman Manley, George William Gordon, Sir Alexander Bustamante,
as determined by the authority. Persons on quarantine
yes, it's in my bag. If you just, whenever you stop, I give it to you.
Excuse me.
Okay guys, so I want to give a word of warning. If you are traveling to Jamaica, whether you pay for a private bus to pick you up, I strongly advise, and this is something my husband also said after the fact, was that we should have had traveled with the hotel provided transportation from the airport to our hotel, and from the hotel back to the airport. This is if you don't already have friends or families in Jamaica, in the island, that can pick you up and bring you safely to and from your destination. With what happened with us is that I had paid for a private bus prior to traveling to Jamaica, and to our surprise and very much thankful to God, we were safe. We got to a hotel safely and back to the airport when it was time to come back to the US. The thing is, even after paying for the private shuttle, the private bus to take us to and from, and paying in advance, at the time we went to the stand where the shuttle, and I'm not going to give the name of the shuttle bus company, well, the private bus company that we pay for. We went to the stand and went directly to the staff. We followed the instruction that they give. They did give a warning: be careful of pirate taxis. Well, I did go to the stand, talk to the staff, let her know that we have reserved a private bus and we're there for a bus. So the girl said, okay. She was very fishy what she was doing, and she's like, okay, follow me. And she walked ahead of us, and she was very secretive in what she was doing. And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? But I was a little bit hesitant to really ask any question, which I should have had. I should have said, why are you walking so far ahead from us? And we were there waiting for a couple of minutes before we see this bus. She talked to this driver, and he's like, he's there for us. And it was a small bus. I'm like, what the heck? There are so many of us here. How are we going to fit in that? So, we went into the little tiny minibus, all of us jam-packed in there, and thankful to God we were mostly children, and I was just praying. I was like, even though it was such a situation that it didn't seem normal, it was my first time traveling to Jamaica and hiring a private bus. I didn't know I didn't know how big the bus would be, but I was assuming that it would be big enough to hold all of us comfortably, where we didn't have to really, be crushed with each other. Everyone could sit down in the seats, because some of my family members are small, but it was a tight fit. Okay, and long story short, the taxi driver, he was driving and we aren't aware of all the speed limit throughout on the road. And guess what? The cab driver was speeding, and we weren't aware of that. He was going above the speed limit. And what happened is that we got pulled over by police officers with their rifles in their hands. Okay, their rifles in their hands, and that was so scary. And I did include a clip of that in this video as well, guys, because it was scary, because I had my whole family with me. Okay, my whole family, and I was so frightened. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, the police, I'm like, for a normal traffic stop, why do you have to have your rifles all out? Why do you have to have all those big guns out and visual, you know, for everybody to see that you have all these big guns out, you know? And the cab was like, he was telling the police, like, he was like a couple feet away from where the speed limit increased. And he's like, oh, the speed limit says 85 right there. And the driver, the police said, "Awuya kal idiot. You reached there yet?" I'm like, it's walking distance away, okay? I mean, normally here in the US, when you're that close to a speed limit increase, you start to step on and increase the speed. But the thing is, it seemed like the taxi driver was driving above the speed limit before he hit the speed increase. And when the police said that, I was so frightened. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he stepped away. He told the driver to get out the car. And I said, listen, just go talk to him, whatever. We just need to get to our hotel safely. I have my kids. We have our kids, you know, just go and talk to him and be calm. You know, so the driver went and talked to the police officers, and then it took a couple minutes. It took quite some time. I was like, God, please don't let them do anything to the driver. We have to get back to our hotel. We want to get there safely, Lord. I was there praying, okay? So eventually the taxi driver came back, and we started driving again. And it was just, I was just so thankful to God once we get to the airport, because when we got to the airport, after some time, after we settled in our airport, I was able to connect my phone to the internet, because the issue was that when we went down, our phone, we had no internet signals. We couldn't get any calls. We couldn't make any calls. Couldn't read any text. Wasn't receiving any text. After we have settled down in the hotel and everything in our room, I checked my phone and I see a text message. Are you here as yet? We are outside waiting for you. Your driver is outside waiting for you. I'm like, what? We are at the hotel. Who are you? I thought that was our driver. Long story short, our driver had been waiting with the private bus, and a text me that he was outside waiting. But little did he or I know, my phone wasn't picking up signal. We're coming from the US. We didn't have anything that's going to pick up signal in the US. And you know, I'm telling you, just be careful of pirate taxis when you travel to Jamaica. Whether you get a private bus or not, you got to be careful of who you're talking to. Even the people working for the private bus, they will set you up with their friends and to pick you up. So just be extra careful. It's recommended that you travel with somebody that you know and trust, or with the bus that is provided by the hotel itself. Okay guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this has been helpful to you. And if you do like this video, guys, do like, share, comment, share this video, and give it a thumbs up. And I hope you guys enjoy your trip in Jamaica, and be safe. Be safe. I did enjoy my trip overall, but you know, I just want to share this part with you. Okay. So we got pulled over by the police. So the police checking speed.
So it's 56 minutes original, so.
In Trelawney it's like 50.
You know, I said 56 minutes away from the hotel, okay.
50 kilometers per hour until we get a couple seconds away from 80 kilos and we got stopped. Couple seconds away and we got pulled over by the police. Oh boy.